Called Spilled Milk, and like David was saying, this is actually it's about a Olympic hopeful turned internet marketing executive turned traveling prostitute. And yeah, it's a semi-autobiographical, obviously. So I'm going to jump to page 193, and at this point, our character's lost his job, and he put an ad in the Bay Area Reporter. He's sort of a closeted homosexual. His sexual identity is, not really defined, but he throws an ad in the Bay Area Reporter as an escort, and this is one of his first calls, basically. Walnut Creek, 4 p.m. His pudgy white hands grasp the edges of the stained fabric. "People are watching," the man says, snapping the metal curtain rings together. "The neighbors talk, The drapes swing violently from side to side, so violently that they simultaneously knock Walter's Coke bottle glasses to one side of his round face and blow a heavy scent of newspaper ink and cat urine across the room. As my view of synthetic green lawns is instantly replaced by thick beige drapes, my arms jam against the fabric restraints at the sides of the twin hospital bed. I bite down hard on the knotted gag. I try to swallow, but there's no saliva. The walls of my throat are stuck together. On the phone, Walter's voice had given the impression of a tall, box-jawed army lieutenant. Dangerous territory for a prostitute, I thought as I whipped down the freeway. I love it. Walter turns toward a metal desk in the corner. 500, 600, 650. With the precision of little red laser beams, my eyes follow the crisp bills as Walter slides them, one by one, beneath an antique brass desk clock. Walter sits down on the bed. I crane my head toward him, half hoping that if he is in fact a psycho killer, my mirrored shades will expose him to himself, and his reflection will keep him from slashing my chest open with a shiny letter opener over there. The one over there next to the money. I look around the room for something to take my mind off these thoughts, and my eye catches something else. A huge portrait-style painting of a red-headed matriarch frowning down at us. Her stolid gaze takes away what little breath I've been managing to squeeze through the corners of my gag. "That's my mother," says Walter, as he slowly removes my sunglasses. I shudder, wondering if I've gone too far this time. Coming out to this fucked up place, I yank against the wrist restraints. Walter slowly pulls down the tiny zipper on my dress pants while glancing over the rest of the uniform. Not exactly a suit and tie, I know, which was Walter's original request, but one button-down shirt, a silk olive long-sleever, kept around in the unlikely event of a job interview. "So, on a scale of 1 to 10, Walter asks as he removes the gag, "how ticklish are you?" The word ticklish dances light and playful, completely out of place in this suburban pre-crime scene. "Let's see," I say through cracked, dry lips. "Probably an 8? And do you laugh when you're tickled?" "Yes," I say, trying to remember the last time I was tickled to the point of laughter. It may have been the time that my uncle came to visit when I was 4. That was torture. "How hard do you laugh?" Very hard?" "Well, as you know, this is a 3-hour session. If you can make it through all 3 hours and you are expressive enough for my liking," his white chins wobble on his face while he speaks, "the money is yours." "The possibilities, a car note and a Blue Shield bill paid before the late fees hit." My burst of laughter sends a fleck of dry spit up into the air above my face. "Maybe I'm a 9. I say as Walter removes my black dress socks, replaces them with thinner ones, and drags a feather across the bottoms of my feet. "It's a science of sorts," says Walter, the banker, with a mad gleam in his eye. "It took me years to develop, many young boys like you." "Please," I cry for mercy between hysterical gasps. "I like to observe the exact moment you lose sense of time and place. I like to play with that edge." I can barely hear him. "Please," I howl. Walter stops tickling. He reaches up, wraps his soft, warm hand around my penis, which immediately calms me, spiraling my brain craze down to a crawl. Walter releases his grip, stares down at me. The room falls eerily silent, save for the ticking of the clock, the creaking of the bed springs. Blood pounds in my temples, down my arms, into my genitals. Holy shit, I think I've got Major Wood. Looks like somebody wants more, whispers Walter through the silence, touching, stroking, bringing me slowly to the edge and holding me there, bucking, suspending and bucking, writhing hypersexuality. You like that? My eyes flutter back into their sockets. Dude, I'm so close to spewing hot lava over this fucking suburb, so close to seeing this entire godforsaken neighborhood. I think I'm gonna... Walter stops, releases his hands. I open my eyes. Walter's mother stares down like an icon in an Eastern Orthodox church. What are you doing on my bed? I want this to be over now. I squeeze my eyes shut. Think about the last porno I watched. Stop looking at me, lady. I zero in on the scene, the money shot from the opening sequence of L.A. Tool and Die, where that dude got the other dude off in the back of the garage. Must will self to orgasm. Don't need him. Need release from this. Walter stops, all movement completely. Shifts his focus back to my feet. Arg! Fireworks explode in my head. Pleasure mixes with pain. Abstract biological urges swirl with an inexplicable desire to please this man and escape his mother. I yank against the fabric cuffs. Tears blur my vision. The room is liquid. Walter releases my right restraint. My hand whips down and strokes 3 times, and the volcano erupts. My head falls to the left, and I stare sideways at the money and the ticking clock. It's only been an hour. Hour 2 will be body work, says Walter, as he unshackles me. All right, that's it.